Okay, so as you can see, I did some garden updates earlier. I just didn't get around to posting them because I took on more than I could chew again. Moved all my herbs up here. They're doing really good. Oregano. I also have a couple of artichokes tucked in there. Winter savory. Thyme is here. One artichoke here. I've got just some bulbs that I bought on discount. I don't remember what all they are. I've got some chamomile. Got my chives that are going to flower. I have another artichoke tucked there. Lavender, sage. I've got a little bit of a wave petunia in the corner there. And then bacopa on the other side there. And in this section, I got some Nigeria from the CD Saturday exchange. Nothing's happening yet, but I think maybe it's just too early. It's been for a couple of weeks. I may have just planted it too soon. I've got beans in the next section, and nothing is happening yet. But again, it's not been super warm. A little more purple bacopa. My lilies are doing amazing. That Siberian elm is trying to come back again, but I'll stay on top of it. Tuck some white bacopa on these corners. And then strawberry land is doing really well this year. I've got some flowers tucked in amongst them too, chamomile and blue geraniums. This next row I put some drying beans into, orcas. Again, nothing up yet. I got some broad beans in the next section. I actually have nothing planted there yet. One more wave petunia. Got all of my potato pots going here. I've got more pots coming to fill that section. Up there I've got some quinoa and some amaranth. And my rhubarb's up there this year. I didn't get all the rhubarb though when I moved it. There's a big chunk there still. My black currant's doing great. My blackberry got a big haircut and I've trained it along the fence line. I'll go there in a second. And then in here I've got just some beets as a space filler till the tomatoes are ready. And some rosemary seed. I'm not sure if it's going to do anything, but it's worth a try. More chamomile. We started this end of the garden. This is all strawberries. That's my sort of flower border. And this is my spinach. And amongst the spinach I've got a couple of broccolis. You can see them there. And I've got some poppies. And I've picked 2 bags of spinach today. First good harvest. And I got this little greenhouse. And inside I've got my zinnias coming up. And I've got some peppers coming up. I'm trying some ground cherries. Nothing happening yet. But my zucchini and squashes are up as well. It's just been racing up here on hot days to open it up before anything fries. My peas are doing well. I always have good luck with peas. These are green arrows from West Coast Seeds and also sugar daddies from Renee's. And then over here we have my kale. I've got 3 big kales. I've planted some little kales as well. I'll have to thin them when they come up a bit better. And there. I've got dill everywhere. More poppies. These are singles, and they're quite tall, and they have a purple heart with pink petals. And as we move down, I put some cauliflower in, and some cabbage, and I've got a tomato in here. 1 tomato. I've got some more lettuce coming up. You can see just little baby lettuce is there. If I pull back, you can see my actual dill problem. Or bonus, I guess. Other people said their dill didn't come back, so I'm not sure why mine is that prolific, but here's another dill patch. Another tomato. This one is a brunette. More lettuce. This is just a mesclun mix. I had some lettuce in amongst my stepping stones. Another blue geranium. More tomatoes, but these are going into a different garden. Lots of beets up. These were reseeded from last year, and then in amongst them I've also got my new ones coming up. So they'll be big enough to eat soon. And I love beet tops. These are all beets as well. And row here, and a row there, and there, and there, and there. 5 rows. Radishes. And these are actually Easter egg radishes is what they're called, from Renee's as well. Can't wait to see what they look like when we pull them out. Got one sad little broccoli here, hoping he bounces back. And this is kind of my daffodil corner, but I've got some shallots as well, and I've got some more chives. Got some walking onions, and more chives on this side of them. And little dots of lettuce, another patch of thyme. I can never have too much thyme. More lettuce, more tomato, more poppies. This is my cilantro patch, which is fabulous. Here is my garlic, which is about 1/8 of the size of anyone else's. I'm trying not to have jealousy. And then in amongst there I've got my asparagus. My sister started from seed last year. I've inherited 3 of them. Got some morning glory problems, I see. And that's my blackberry. That's all that's really happening. I dug up this blue geranium today because I needed the space for a tomato. Rhubarb, more rhubarb everywhere. And then my flower bed is fantastic. The dianthus looks like it's going to give me ample flowers this year. I have these determined wasps who build a new nest in my trunk every single day, and I come and break it off, and then they start over. This area is all carrots and onions, and I did radishes just in a fancy little pattern. And quail were in here, and they seem to have found most of the stuff along the edge, but it is what it is. It'll come back or not. Got some of my onions coming up, so I did onions here, and I did carrots there, and I did onions there and here, so it should be really cool looking pattern when it all fills in. And I'll start eating these radishes as soon as they're ready. Got no Swiss chard this year. I'm going to take a pass on it, although probably I'm going to see a sale somewhere and buy some because I'll feel sad that I don't have any, but kind of ate too much last year. And then all of these extra poles that are running along here, the ones that actually meet the wood are just a green pole fillet, a French bean. These ones are actually a pole bean that are for drying. They are red and white. They look like an orca, but they're red and white instead of black and white. One of my garden friends just gave me her extras today, so I planted just in the meantime. My peas are only going to get about 3-4 feet tall tops, so by the time they get that high, they'll be done, and then the beans can take over. One more tomato. And then the greenhouse will come down probably another week or so, and then more tomatoes will go in there. And then I guess that's it. Then I'm going to be out of planting room. The rest of this hillside will be squashes, zucchinis, and acorn and butternut over there. And there's been talk that I should keep expanding to the far side, but I've kind of run out of steam, so we'll see how it goes. I really have 8 times more beets than any one person can eat, even if I start sharing them. And then the spinach is going to bolt probably another month of this kind of weather, so I'll have all that room for peppers and maybe some eggplant, and we'll go from there, and that'll be it. So first official real garden video for the year, with a little interlude in the middle for my catch-ups that I never actually got around to posting. And I'm very happy with my chamomile. Looks amazing. And I got a few more fun things. Something called valerian flowers, and I've got some veronica in a pot. I did show you my zinnias are up. So it should be a really great year. It's probably the best garden I've ever had. Happy spring and happy gardening.